Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Municipal cop fatally stabbed in Clarendon domestic dispute. The police in Clarendon are hunting for the common-law wife of a municipal policeman in connection with his stabbing death on Monday. The deceased has been identified as 30-year-old Kenny McDonald, who lived in Burnt Ground, Green Meadows in the parish. McDonald was employed at the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. The police report that about 5:20 p.m., McDonald and his common-law wife had a dispute when she allegedly used a pair of scissors to stab him. The police were alerted and McDonald was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing. Up to May 27, some 29 people have been killed in Clarendon. Close relative of dead child being questioned by cops. The police interviewed a close relative of 7-year-old boy whose body was reportedly found at the back of his house in St. James early Tuesday morning. Grade 1 student of Brickasset Primary School, Aiden Rose, was found in bushes with what appeared to be a number of wounds, mainly to the head. It is said that he was bleeding from the nose and mouth. According to sources, the boy's mother found him unresponsive at the back of their home on Tuesday. Man shot dead on Spanish Town Road. 33-year-old Sheldon Murray, otherwise called Kush or Joe, of Victoria Road, Kingston 13, was shot and killed by unknown assailants on Spanish Town Road, Kingston 13 on Monday, May 30. Reports from the Hunts Bay Police are that about 8:15 a.m., Murray was at a bar when two armed men traveling in a Toyota Fielder motor car entered the establishment and opened gunfire. The police were alerted. Murray was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigations continue. Man in fatal Manchester supermarket shooting gets 18 years and 5 months in prison. Former delivery supervisor Andre Bromfield was today sentenced to 18 years and 5 months imprisonment in the Manchester Circuit Court for the shooting death of a woman at the Master Mark supermarket in the parish in 2019. The sentence, which was reduced by 10% according to sentencing guidelines, was handed down by Lorna Shelley Williams. Bromfield was initially charged with murder following the incident but pleaded guilty to manslaughter earlier this month. It is reported that on December 31, 2019, 24-year-old Chantel White, who was employed at the supermarket as an inventory clerk, along with Bromfield and others, were in the lunchroom when she was greeted by another male colleague who kissed her on the cheek. Following a statement reportedly made by White that the kiss should have been on her lips, Bromfield, in a bout of rage, reportedly got up from his chair, pulled his lighter firearm from his waist, and shot the woman. He then ran from the room. White sustained a cranial cerebral injury from multiple gunshot wounds to the face, according to the medical report provided to court. Bromfield, who surrendered to the police on January 1, 2020, and was subsequently charged with 1 count of illegal possession of firearm and 1 count of murder, pleaded not guilty to both counts. The court later reduced the murder charge to manslaughter after Bromfield indicated in his caution statement that he was provoked by White. "Me take up this girl and give her everything. Bill her a 2-bedroom house, pay her for her credit card, and me realize say she have another man. Me see this youth a kiss her up and me talk to her and she a diss me up. Me just snap." St. Anne man charged for murder after allegedly caught on camera with woman. The police have charged a man who was caught on camera leaving a bar in St. Anne with a woman who was later found dead. Charged for murder is 30-year-old Alromia Pringle of Mount Ararat in the parish. Pringle was detained last week in relation to the murder of St. Elizabeth resident 26-year-old Rochelle Glaze. He is to appear in court next week. It is reported that a missing person report was filed at the Runaway Bay police station in St. Anne on May 25th, 4 days after Glaze was last seen leaving a bar in the company of a man. Video footage from a surveillance camera led the police to apprehend Pringle the following day. Further investigations led to the discovery of the woman's body in a shallow grave. Electricity theft behind repeated outages in Hatfield, Westmoreland, says JPS. The Jamaica Public Service JPS is reporting that high levels of electricity theft in Hatfield, Westmoreland have repeatedly knocked out the power supply in the community. JPS says the latest incident of theft has caused the power to go out since last week. The company says it has been forced to replace 6 transformers in a mere 4 weeks. This is unacceptable, a spokesperson bemoaned in this statement today. Under normal circumstances, transformers can last 20 years or more, the spokesperson noted. JPS says it has taken steps to restore power, but is appealing to residents to desist from stealing, as their illegal activities will result in further power outages. According to JPS, the community of Hatfield has roughly 160 households, of which only 40 have accounts. Former JLP candidate Ryan Simpson welcomed, but no SE St. Anne vacancy, says PNP. The People's National Party PNP says it is willing to accept former Jamaica Labour Party JLP member Dr. Ryan Simpson, but has made it clear that there is no vacancy in South East St. Anne constituency. Simpson was elected by the JLP to contest that seat against PNP incumbent Lisa Honor in the runner-up to the 2020 general election. He was later pulled by the party at the last minute, as he would have breached then COVID-19 protocols, having arrived in Jamaica from overseas. Simpson was replaced by Delroy Cranston, who went on to lose to Honor by 31 votes. Simpson attended a recent South Rolland constituency meeting at the Cedric Titus High School, where he met PNP President Mark Golden and signaled his interest in joining the party. Comrade Honor is our candidate in South East St. Anne, and we're not looking at a candidate. So it's not that we're fishing for a candidate. We have a candidate. We're not seeking a candidate, General Secretary Dr. Dayson Campbell told reporters. Ryan's engagement with the party does not have anything to do with the candidacy in that area. I don't know if he's interested otherwise, but certainly there is no vacancy in South East St. Anne, Campbell added. On Tuesday, calls to Simpson's cell phone went straight to voicemail. Campbell said no formal application for membership has received the PNP executive, but said Simpson is interested in joining the party. Campbell indicated he would be welcomed. For people who want to make a meaningful contribution to the development of the country and want to join the party, they are welcome once they come with clean hands and clean hearts, Campbell noted. Policeman accused of making false statements to Indicom charged. A policeman has been charged on allegations of making false statements to the Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom in relation to a 2020 shooting in St. Catherine. Charged with giving a false statement is District Constable Von Sutherland of the Area 5 Police Headquarters. Sutherland was bound over by Parish Judge Kane Lamy in the St. Catherine Parish Court this morning. The judge ruled that since he gave the statement in Kingston, that is where proper jurisdiction lies to hear the matter. As a result, Sutherland was ordered to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on July 24. His court appearance arose from a shooting on March 31, 2020, in Homestead, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. The Indicom is alleging that when Sutherland gave his written statement about the incident, he made a deliberate falsehood. He was charged under Section 33 of the Indicom Act. Several of Sutherland's colleagues were in court during today's mentioning hearing. He was represented by attorney at law Orville Morgan. Man convicted of lottery scamming, money laundering by jury in St. Catherine. Kemar Thousand was on Monday convicted by a jury in St. Catherine Circuit Court of lottery scamming and money laundering. After 30 minutes, the 7-member jury returned an anonymous verdict of guilty on the charges of conspiracy to obtain money by false pretense, possession of criminal property, and engaging in a transaction involving criminal property. Thousand is to be sentenced by Justice Bertram Morrison, who presided over the 2-week trial on June 17. The complainant, a 72-year-old United States citizen, testified via video link that she received several phone calls from at least 2 persons informing her that she had won the lottery, a total of US $682 million, 3 motor vehicles, and US $297,000 in refunds. She further testified that she was instructed by one of the callers that the funds were being housed in Jamaica and therefore should have to send money to the island to claim her prizes. In order to claim her prizes, the complainant, on 3 separate occasions, sent money to a local bank account held by Thousand. The evidence from the representative of the local bank where Thousand had the account showed that the sums were in fact sent to the complainant via wire transfer to his bank account. The exhibit showed that Thousand received, used, and withdrew the money sent by the complainant. The matter was investigated, and Towson was arrested and charged in 2018. Towson gave evidence that he thought the money received in his bank account were sent from his lover who resided in Switzerland, as his lover would usually send large sums of cash to him. He further testified that he did not know that these sums were sent by the complainant or that they were criminal property. He indicated that he was expecting funds from his lover around the same time that the complainant sent the money to his bank account. However, Towson admitted under cross-examination that he did not make any mention of his lover in the investigating officer or what he believed was the source of the money. He testified further, since his arrest, he has not seen or heard from his lover. Towson was represented by attorney at law Davian Vassell, while the matter was prosecuted by Jody Ann Edwards, Assistant Director of Public Prosecutions, and Dominic Martin, Crown Counsel. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions noted that this prosecution was historic in that this was the first time that it is conducted a trial on one indictment before a jury in respect of these offenses at the same time. Usually, offenses under the Law Reform, Fraudulent Transaction, Special Provision Act 2015, commonly referred to as lottery scamming, are tried by a judge alone in the circuit court, and offenses under the Proceeds of Crime Act are tried by a judge alone in the parish court. Jamaica reports 190 new COVID cases. Jamaica reported 190 new cases of COVID-19 and no fatalities on Monday, according to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This pushed the total number of cases of the virus since the start of the pandemic to 137,266 and the death toll to 3,056. Of the newly reported cases, there were 112 females and 78 males, with ages ranging from 4 months to 92 years. The cases were recorded in St. James 62, Westmoreland 29, Kingston and St. Andrew 25, St. Mary 20, Portland 10, Trelawney 10, Clarendon 9, Hanover 9, St. Thomas 9, Manchester 8, St. Catherine 8, St. Anne 2, and St. Elizabeth 1. The country also recorded 81 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 87,054. The positivity rate for the latest round of testing was 32.1%. There are 124 people hospitalized, 2 of them critically ill. There are 3,412 confirmed active cases on the island. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.